Marbella with Him and Her are proud to be sponsored by the friendliest bar in San Pedro, the Hogan Stand. The place for amazing food, live music and sport, karaoke, quizzes, and a welcoming smile. Why would you want to go anywhere else? Check out their Instagram page at the Hogan Stand and at the Hogan Hackers for their golf society.
This podcast may contain adult themes and strong language. Hello and welcome to episode 87 of Marbella with Him and Her, brought to you by the Hogan Stand. He is
PJ Lopez and she is
Hannah Murray.
I'm exhausted after an early morning swim, followed by that bike ride up and down the mountains, and then that long run that I had to do.
You did so well in the Ironman. I can't believe you didn't win it.
Me neither. I mean, it was just slightly behind the winner.
The female winner.
More like the baby. I'm more like plastic
that sounds like
man.
that sounds like I'm really putting down the females. To be honest, I shouldn't have said
I don't think I'm anywhere near the females either.
Not at all.
To be honest,
not at all. Well done to everyone who took part in Ironman Marbella World Championships. We've seen quite a lot of videos on social media, and seriously impressive athletes these guys are.
they are toned to perfection, I think is the word.
Just like us in our dreams.
Yes, exactly. We did a bit of gardening today.
We did.
But anyway,
Yes.
who won?
The male winner was called Geldof. I'm not sure how you pronounce
He's
it.
Belgian.
He's from Belgium.
So he might be Jelly Jeans.
Jelly
or he might be
Jeans.
Gelly Geens.
Exactly. Well, he might be Jelly Geens.
Exactly. Or Jelly Geens.
And the female winner was Lucy Charles Barkley, who I assume is from the UK with a
Or it
name
might
like
be
that.
Chalez Lucien Bachet.
No, I don't think so. So huge well done to both of those winners and everybody who took part.
Yeah, I think the men's was about 3 hours, 47 minutes, which is insane, the amount of things they had to do.
Seriously good. We saw a fabulous video of them all jumping into the sea to do the swimming part.
Yeah, it was like loads of fish flapping about, wasn't it? It's really weird.
Fit fish.
Fit fish.
Yes. The main reason why we didn't take part in Ironman is because we've been fighting off colds this week.
Well, I think we're over it now.
I know, but not in time to...
Yeah, but they say you don't want to push it too far, otherwise it'll come back. So
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
sorry to the organisers for letting you down.
Yeah. I also didn't do my 3 gym classes this week, which is very annoying. I did do Pilates on Monday, but Tuesday I really wasn't up for it at all, was I?
No, you had a bit of a relapse and a bit of a sore throat. I had a weenie relapse.
You had a wee?
I didn't have a wee. I had a weenie relapse. Well, I have had a wee. I mean, it'd be weird if I didn't have a wee, but I do the wees at the appropriate time.
Okay, thank you.
In
Enough
the
on
appropriate
wee.
place.
Okay, yes. But we've sort of, touch wood, just about managed to scrape through because people are going down with it all the time.
Yeah, it's like a vicious circle at work, though, because one person gets it and then gets over it, but they've passed it on to another person. This all does full circle and then comes back round again to the person that passed it on in the first place. So I've got to go to the UK, you've got to go to the UK, so we'll no doubt pick up new viruses on the plane.
Oh, don't say that. We will not, because we have healthy immune systems.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we do. We've managed to not take any time off work through being sick with anything.
Yes, we are martyrs to the cause.
On Tuesday, we had the Del Sol Singers at our house for choir practice. About 20 people in our living room. We moved the furniture around to make it look a bit like a church with 2 rows of chairs and sofas and yeah.
Yeah. There was lots of people singing downstairs. I was told that I had to let everybody in and make them drinks when they came in. So.
Oh, you didn't have to do that. You were very kind. You wanted to help.
And then I disappeared upstairs, basically, and I had to turn the volume of the TV up quite high because all I could hear was Christmas carols. It's November, for goodness sake.
Oh, stop it. We've got lots of gigs on. But before you turned the TV up, you were quite enjoying it. You did come down and say how good we all sounded, which was nice.
Yes, you sounded amazing. I'm just not ready to hear Christmas carols.
Fair enough. And we're doing it all again tomorrow night. I mean, Tuesday night.
Yes. Anybody wants to invite me over for dinner? I think I've mentioned before I like veal Milanese, so feel free. I'm there.
No. we need you here. We want you here. We enjoy your positive
You need somebody
feedback.
to open the door, don't you?
Yeah, basically. So looking forward to that. Also this week we met up with Charlotte and her son Christian. Charlotte I talk about quite a lot. We get together every month or so.
You say Charlotte. Is that actually how she pronounced her name, or does she pronounce it like a normal person, Charlotte?
She does, when she gives out her email address on the radio, she says Charlotte at Savinco.
Okay.
So I'm not sure, but I call her Charlotte normally.
Yes. Why are you calling her Charlotte now?
I don't know, because that's how she says it when she says the email. So Charlotte and her son Christian run a wine company called Savinco, and they supply a lot of wines to a lot of venues along the Costa del Sol, including the likes of the Hogan Stand, La Sala, and various other venues. And we met up with them to talk about potential collaborations with regards to social media and marketing and things.
Yeah, I just had a look at their website and then some ideas about their sort of Instagram pages and things, because these days, as we all know, you can't not really be on social media. People look to social media to get credibility. So they want to know who you are, what you're doing, if you are who you say you are. So it's so easy to do now. And unfortunately, if you don't do it, or you've done it in the past and haven't kept it up to date, it can be even worse than not having it at all, because people see it and say, well, their last post was like 2014. So are they still in business? You know, so you've got to be really careful with that sort of thing. So it doesn't take a lot to put a post up, but these days there's a lot of tools you can get. So hopefully we might be helping them.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you haven't got the time to do it or the know-how, because it's easy when you know what to do, but when you don't, it can be an absolute minefield, then it's definitely worth employing someone who does know what they're doing. And it's their speciality, because it's very important to be on social media and things. So it was lovely to get together with them. Obviously they are big wine lovers, as are we, so we had some nice wine and some nice food at Hogan's. And
yeah, it's quite weird. So you shared a bottle of Sauvignon Blanc with Charlotte and I shared a bottle of Pinot Grigio Blush with Christian.
Yes.
And we enjoyed it very muchly.
Yes, we did. Our cat Poppy is being very cute this week, very cute and cuddly. The weather's been all over the place this week. We've had some gorgeous, glorious sunny days. And there was a moment this week when there was just a bit of sun coming through onto a certain part of our bed. And that's where she was laying in the sun.
Yeah, she's a sun follower.
She's definitely a sun worshipper. And she gets all cuddly with us on a Sunday. She likes Sundays on the bed with us.
She knows it's Sunday. She doesn't do it any other day. You know, like we were in quite a lot on Saturday, and she was like, she wasn't even in most of the time. And then when it came to Sunday, nope, she's on the bed and she keeps coming back to the bed and she just wants her Sunday relaxation.
She's like father, no. She's like us.
Yes.
I wanted to say like father, like daughter, but it all sounded weird in my head.
Yeah, leave that one.
Okay. Talking of weather, I took a couple of photos this week, not as good as some of the other ones I saw on social media, of the skies, the sunsets, absolutely glorious colours out there.
Red sky at night, shepherd's delight.
There's a lot of delighted shepherds around, I'm telling you. I was very delighted on Friday. I got my nails done and had a pedicure. I don't always get a pedicure in the winter because, well, not many people see my feet, but I'm going to London for a party, literally going for one night to a Bollywood party in London where we're going to see the film premiere of the Goa trip that I did in March, which is incredibly exciting. And I wasn't exactly sure what I was wearing, what shoes I was wearing, so I thought I'd better get my feet done just in case. And I go to the Vietnamese nail bar, which is opposite the 24-hour pharmacy in the centre of San Pedro. And to get my nails and my feet done was €48 for the two, which is incredibly good. It's normally about €45 for a pedicure. And they didn't make me bleed this time, which was a bonus.
There's always a bonus, isn't it, when they don't cut your fingers?
Yes, that's all toes.
You sold it at the beginning by giving the price and where it was, and now you're sort of taking it back a bit by the whole making you bleed.
I know, well, I'm just trying to be honest because I have some good friends who are nail technicians who charge a, normal price, €45 for a pedicure, and they do a great pedicure. So, for this to be literally less than half the price, it's like, well, what's the catch?
Bit of blood, yeah.
Yeah, the catch is, they might nip you every so often.
Yeah.
I have interviewed some really, really fascinating people this week with some great celebrity stories. I mean, my goodness. I've had Wayne Sleep on, the very famous ballet dancer who's coming to Gibraltar Literary Festival next week, I think. He's got his autobiography out called Just Different, and he had some fabulous stories about being friends with Princess Diana, Freddie Mercury, some really great stories.
And I thought it was amazing when you started talking about him, the amount of people we know that have met him or danced with him or done things with Wayne Sleep.
Including my mother.
Including your mother.
She danced on stage with Wayne Sleep, which is quite cool. Mum was in the chorus, so it wasn't like they danced together as partners or anything. But still pretty cool. And Wayne is good friends with Jane Melville, who I've danced with here in Spain. So lots of connections. I also chatted to Ross King for about the fourth or fifth time. I think he's a really nice guy, Scottish TV presenter. He's the LA correspondent on Lorraine and Good Morning Britain. And he was in the recent series of Strictly Come Dancing, or the current series of Strictly Come Dancing, went out on week 3, I think it was. And he was the first to admit that he wasn't a dancer at all, but he enjoyed every minute. He knew he wasn't going to win. He wasn't trying to win. He just had fun. And he said he might have overdone it on the fake tan.
We know a lot of people that overdo it on fake tan, so don't worry about it.
Strictly. Easy to do. It's funny how many people make a joke about the fake tan. I remember when I interviewed Ainsley Harriott many years ago.
He didn't do the fake tan.
No, but that's why it was funny. He made a joke about it because it is a thing on Strictly that everybody, there'll be lots of men particularly who go on Strictly Come Dancing who have never worn fake tan in their life. It's a lot more women or whatever. And Ainsley Harriott made a joke when I interviewed him and was talking about Strictly. He said, well, at least I didn't have to wear any fake tan, which I thought was very funny. I wasn't going to say it, but he said it, so it's fine. I also spoke to Rusty Egan this week, who was quite the character. So he founded with Midure Visage.
Yes, I remember that, 1980s.
Fade to Grey.
Yeah.
That was their big hit. And he had all these amazing stories.
He also founded the Hammersmith Palais, didn't he, with Steve Strange?
Yes, exactly. No, not Hammersmith, Camden Palais.
Sorry, I meant Camden Palais. I don't know why I said Hammersmith.
Yeah. He's worked with loads of great people and given a leg up to lots of people. He helped with Soft Cell, Depeche Mode. He was he still is a DJ, a music promoter, a songwriter. And he was basically talking about all these people that he'd helped and then said, but at the end of the day, they're all much more famous than I am. So I think he's a bit sort of gutted about it. He's obviously a really talented guy.
That's all the electronic 80s. So,
yes.
The OMDs and the Depeche Modes and everything. It was a certain genre of the 80s music.
Yeah, that's definitely what he's known for, electronic kind of legend. So he was great. He also said the odd swear word. I keep getting all the swearers recently. It's really fun. I've had 2 this week. He was one of them.
Yeah, you got to be careful with the swearers.
It does make me laugh, though. I also spoke to Kevin McNally, who is a fantastic actor. We've seen him in lots of things. He's been in The Crown. He's been in Downton Abbey. He's also in all of the Pirates of the Caribbean films, one of the few actors who's in all 5 films. And he was recently here in Marbella because he's filming a series called Ketchup, which is based on a series of books by Joe Corley, who I interviewed many years ago when the books came out. And it's about a couple who moved to, the books are about a couple who moved to Tenerife and open up a bar. But the series that they filmed is set in Marbella instead of Tenerife.
Yeah, we were invited to the launch, but we were in Bucharest at the time, so we couldn't go. So we would have met them face to face.
I know, which is a shame because it was all launched at the Marbella Film Festival and Georgina was doing all the PR for that. So she set up the interview. So it's lovely to chat to him. I mean, a great career he's had and still is continuing to have.
Like yourself.
Not sure we can compare. I bet he's got a bit more dollars in the bank.
It's all about what you get from it. It's not about the money.
Joy. I get joy.
The money. It's not about the money.
Money. Yes, joy. I also had a really fabulous chat with Paul Vallely. Now, you might not recognise the name. I didn't.
Vallely.
Vallely,
How do you spell Vallely?
Vallely.
Vallely.
Exactly.
Oh, well, that must be a difficult one for the Spanish to pronounce.
Oh dear. I'm glad I didn't do that. He has been working with and alongside and friends with Bob Geldof for the best part of 40 years. He was a newspaper journalist and he was over in Ethiopia in the 80s reporting on the famine there and the awful situation. Bob Geldof was where he was back home reading all of Paul's articles and decided to get in touch with Paul and invite him to travel across Africa with him after Live Aid and help kind of advise him on how to spend the £140 million that Live Aid had raised with the concert. This started a friendship and a working relationship, and he's travelled everywhere with Bob. He's worked with Bob and also Bono with loads of the charity work that they've done in Africa. And he had so many wonderful stories because Bob Geldof is also quite the character. He's known for being quite forceful. When he was doing Live Aid, he was, pointing at the camera and he swore a couple of times, which they had to bleep out. He was very like, give me your money! I want your money! And he's dealt with lots of world leaders trying to get money out of the governments. He's gone to the top to try and work with them. And when he was in Africa, he met with one of the African leaders. I can't remember who, so I don't want to misquote. This was a story from Paul. And he basically called them a murdering C word to their face because they'd been known for a certain amount of genocide, basically.
Certain amount of genocide.
Well, yes,
is there a small amount of genocide or a big amount of genocide?
No, it's either a thing or not, I suppose. But anyway, I said he must have really put the backs up of a lot of world leaders thinking, who's this musician guy coming into my country and telling me how to do my job? But he knew his stuff. He had the facts. He had the figures. He was like, this is what we need. This is how much money you've got. This is how much you're spending on this. He's bloody brilliant. I think the world needs more Bob Geldofs.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't try and steal my taxi again.
Yeah, that's a bizarre story. When was this?
Oh, it's a long, long time ago before I moved to Spain. So it would have been maybe the early 2000s, before 2003, obviously. And I was waiting at Victoria Station to get a taxi to go to Little Venice, near Paddington. And this guy was dragging a suitcase and had the most hilarious suit on you could imagine. I mean, it looked like a jungle suit. And I could see him getting closer and closer. I thought, oh, blimey, that's Bob Geldof. And he tried to push in front of me. And I'm like...
Not physically.
He tried to push in front of me on the queue because I was at the side bit where the taxi stopped. And he joined me and he tried to get in my taxi. When the taxi stopped, he went to get in. And I had to remind him that I was first.
Did you? What did you say?
I said, oi, Bob.
No, you didn't.
I said, no, I was here first, sorry. And I got in the taxi.
What did he do?
He may have sworn, I'm not really sure.
I'd be disappointed if he didn't.
He didn't look happy.
No.
He'd probably just, been travelling for the last 48 hours.
Yeah.
Hadn't eaten anything, but fuck him. He's not getting in my taxi.
Oh, that's really funny.
But I appreciate you, Bob.
Yes, well done. Nicely put. I had a really lovely message this week from a new listener of the podcast called Dorina.
Well, hello, Dorina. Welcome to the podcast.
Oh, yeah, it was a really nice message. She said that she visits Marbella regularly with her husband. They're from Ireland and they absolutely love Spain and they hope to retire here in the near future. She said she discovered our podcast a couple of weeks ago and she's listened to every single episode in the last few weeks. She must be sick of us by now.
Yeah, she did like it until she's gone through all of that and now she's probably sick to death of it.
Well, I really, really appreciate your message, Dorina. Thank you so much. She said she's loving all our recommendations. They were here or have been here or are here this weekend, actually. Came over for a long weekend and they're coming back over at Christmas. So I said, hope to meet them in the Hogan stand at some point.
Exactly. It's good, isn't it? Because we're getting a lot of Irish listeners. And that's so good that we've got our sponsors, the Hogan stand.
Exactly. It ties in perfectly.
Yes.
We ventured out last night. We've had a quiet weekend and quite a quiet week, which is unusual for us, but nice. We've really embraced this quiet weekend with some gardening and I've been putting up loads of clothes on Vinted and things. So, yeah, getting stuff done. So we are normal people as well.
We do normal things. We lay in bed watching TV.
Yes.
We watch things.
Oh, tell them about Blue Lights.
I was just going to say we're watching a series called Blue Lights.
It's so good.
It's set in Northern Ireland and it's about the peelers.
Yeah.
See, I know
you can
I'm talking
say
Irish
peelers.
now. Northern Irish, that is.
And yeah, it's all about the police force in Northern Ireland, and it's really, really interesting, both from a political standpoint. It's not set during the Troubles. I'm not sure when it's set, 2000s or something?
It's quite recent. I don't think it's that long ago. It's probably quite recently.
So yeah, really, really interesting. And obviously, as well as all the really serious cases that they're dealing with on a daily basis, whether it's to do with drugs, there's a lot of drug wars and things that happen in lots of cities, I suppose, and also murderers, domestic violence, all kinds of horrible things.
Well, it covers everything. I mean, they are the response unit, aren't they? So when something happens, they're the people that have to go out and deal with it.
Yeah. And also you have all the relationship dynamics between the team, and we're loving it.
So we're actually on series 3 now. We've managed to get through first and second series in probably about a week and a bit.
There's only 6 in each series, though. There isn't like 24 or something. We're not that sad. We have slept.
So that's our TV recommendation, apart from Race Across the World started.
Yes, Celebrity Race Across the World. Really excited. Loving it already. Don't have a favourite yet.
No, I mean, it's not loads of people you particularly know in this one. Who's it? The guy from Spandau Ballet's son?
Kemp.
Ronan Kemp.
And
his sister or niece or cousin or someone.
Sister. Yeah, they're really good. I like them.
So they're good. You always end up getting a favourite when you've watched 2 or 3 episodes because, you know, whether it's an underdog or whether it's somebody that's got a really good relationship with the other partner. Yeah, that's our other recommendation.
We also, as millions of others, no doubt, really enjoyed the final 2 Celebrity Traitors.
Yeah, and I feel like we still shouldn't say anything about who won in case there's still people that haven't yet got round to watching it.
Well, spoiler alert, if you have, don't listen to this bit because I want to talk about it.
Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my God, Alan Carr. We were shouting at the TV when Nick decided to go against Joe for the first time in the whole series when they've been so tight. And that's the funny thing about the game. You cannot trust anyone, and those 2 trusted each other the whole time. And then at the end...
There was just something. There was just something that made him wonder.
Nick suddenly thought, have I been so stupid trusting him all this time?
But his face when he voted him, it was just like shock.
Yeah.
You voted me? What? I don't get it. I don't understand. And then when he found out he wasn't, he was gutted.
I think it's slightly easier for the faithfuls who end up not getting any money at the end when it's Celebrity compared to the real one, because even though they're not going to be able to give money to their charities, which is a life-changing amount, it's not going to affect their lives necessarily. When it's the normal people that are saying, you know, if I had this money, I want to buy my first house or get something for my parents or pay for IVF treatment, or it's always something really personal. And when they've been let down, it's heartbreaking, isn't it?
But that's the game.
That's the game. That's the game. So well done, Alan Carr. He played an absolute blinder. And I've seen some posts from the charity because he's given £87,000 to a children's cancer charity. And it was a specific type of very rare cancer that I hadn't heard of. It's not well known and the charity doesn't have much money. So he's made an absolute life-changing difference to so many children and families. So it's really beautiful.
Yeah, when we do stuff here, we're big supporters of smaller charities because we know that the money is going to go more directly to helping. I'm not saying don't give money to Oxfams and stuff like that and cancer research, you know, everything helps. But the problem is they have massive admin costs as well.
And often really impressive offices with chandeliers.
And it's not to say they still don't do good work. It's just that when you choose a smaller charity, you can really make a difference.
Yeah. So last night we did go out once this weekend to the Salon Varieties Theatre in Fuengirola because a friend of ours, Fiona, who is a member of ITS, which we're obviously part of, she was performing in an Agatha Christie play called Murder on the Nile. So there was a big group of us, about 15, that went to see her.
And I always like to take Hannah up the Nile to see a play.
God's sake. You have to get something like that in every week. People will think you're well rude.
I'm just talking about where we went out. Okay. It's your mind that's in the
Really?
gutter. Uh-huh.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
So after I'd taken Hannah up the Nile...
I went nowhere near the Nile. Stop it. It was really good. Fiona was great. She had some really good lines, didn't she? So
yeah,
she
I think what we've decided is we're just not great fans of Agatha Christie on stage. Even though we've been in one.
That one was great, obviously.
We were in Towards Zero International Theatre Studio, but it seemed to be a much livelier story.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes the Agatha Christies don't really work on stage as well. And they have to change the story around quite a bit as well, because when they're filming it, they can do a lot more with it. So I think
it's quite difficult to follow.
Yeah, I think there was a lot going on in a short space of time. So I think, we just decided that maybe we're not fans of that type of murder mystery on stage.
And part of the reason, to be honest, why it was difficult to follow was because there was this couple in the front row, and we were the third row, who were really, really drunk and were talking the whole way through.
Talking quite loudly.
It was unbelievable. So rude. They should not have been there.
And you just wonder, why have they gone for a night out at the theatre when all they want to do is get drunk, sit in the front row and talk to each other without even watching the play? They didn't even clap at the end. And then it all got a little bit heated at the end. So if you're going to get in that state, don't bother going out to things where it's cultural.
Yeah, it's so difficult because Keith, one of the guys who works there, he's on stage a lot as well. He was working there that night and kept going along and really quietly asking them to be quiet. And I think he was actually asking them to leave, but they didn't. And obviously the more commotion that made, it would have been even harder so he couldn't physically remove them, because that would have been loud and caused commotion, which would have been even harder for people on stage. Yeah. So he just had to kind of let them in the end. It was really, really tough. Everyone around them was going shh, and then they'd turn around and go shh even louder like kids. It was just embarrassing.
It was very childlike.
Yeah.
And just a word on that as well. If you haven't been on stage and acted, it's very, very off-putting when things are going on in front of you. So we always say at the beginning, please turn your phones off. And invariably someone leaves it on. And you're in the middle of important lines or whatever, and then off goes the phone. And it's really off-putting. You've got to try and ignore it, carry on as normal. Sometimes it can just put you off slight stride, and then you forget the line.
Yeah.
And it's not fair. So,
really
please just bear in mind that when you go to these sort of things, just take a little bit of extra care to make sure things are switched off.
Including your mouth. Just a few articles from the Sir in English this week. There was a couple of pieces about El Pimpi, the famous restaurant in Malaga that's been there many years. There's a new El Pimpi Marbella, which opened a few months ago that Antonio...
Last year, I think that opened.
Was it really? As long as that?
Yes, it's already been there.
No. Wow, that's scary. So there was an article that said, from living rough on the streets to working in a top-flight restaurant. As part of the El Pimpi Foundation's Cantera project in Malaga, vulnerable people are giving training for jobs in the catering industry, which I think is really lovely.
That reminds me of the Jamie Oliver thing that he did. Do you remember when he had that?
15
to 1. And that was...
No, it was just 15. 15 to 1 was a quiz show.
Oh, yes.
Carry on. 15 to 1.
What's the name of this dish? So 15, and that's basically what he did, wasn't it? He gave underprivileged or people that wouldn't normally get an opportunity to make something of themselves and enter the catering industry. And I think it was still, I'm not sure a lot of his restaurants went under, but up until recently it was still going and still run by people that were the original people in that series.
No, it closed quite a while ago, I think, sadly.
Did it?
Yeah, that was one of them.
But I think that's more about a lot of these celebrity chefs open up lots and lots of restaurants. He had the Jamie Oliver Kitchen, which used to be at the airport, and I think that shut down.
Yeah.
Bizarrely, there's still one at Malaga Airport.
Yeah, there is, isn't there?
Yeah. I think they expand too quickly or too quick to put their names to things. And I read last week, I think that Gordon Ramsay is closing tons of his restaurants. And yet he's one of the most well-known chefs going. So I think sometimes it's on vogue, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you get this spate of where people eat out a lot, and then spate where people don't eat out a lot. So, it's forever changing.
And also, to be fair, a lot of these airport restaurants that have got the name to them, Oliver or Ramsay or whatever, I doubt the chefs have ever even been there.
It's not about that. It's their name. They create, apparently, the original dish.
Yeah, no, I know.
But I think that's the problem. I think it's happened to the Ivy as well. The Ivy was originally in Covent Garden. That was the original one. We've been there.
Yeah.
Lovely. We went after their refurbishment, if you remember rightly. You got your fish and chips with your mushy peas, and they had these traditional dishes.
Mushy or mushy?
Mushy.
I'd say mushy.
Mush.
Mush.
With peas.
Mushy peas.
Mushy peas.
Never heard that. Mushy peas.
No, I think I'm right.
Well,
You know what normally
I
happens?
say mushy
You know
at
what normally
Hogan's.
happens is we have this conversation and then somebody messaged you and say, I'm with PJ.
okay, I'd love to hear from you.
Anyway, they've rolled out lots and lots of restaurants in many, many towns. There's one in Tunbridge Wells, there's one in Brighton, there's one
Yeah,
all
there's
over
loads now.
And it loses its prestige and it loses that je ne sais pas.
Do you want to say what?
Or is it je ne sais quoi?
Yes. Did you what? You're back on the P's.
I said je ne sais pas. But it's je ne sais quoi. What does je ne sais pas mean? What does je ne sais pas?
Oh, you're trying to sound posh and
I
you
know.
totally screwed up. Je ne sais pas.
Fuck off. Anyway, it's not as good.
I'm crying. I can't see my paper now. Right, moving on. There was another article saying that the founder of El Pimpi has won this week a top national award, the Spanish National Hostelry Award. So well done him. He's obviously doing a great job.
A round of applause for him.
A round of applause. A bit of a warning, the new passport control system for non-EU passengers has been blamed for long queues at Malaga Airport. Sheila and my dad are flying on Monday and they've already been told to get to the airport 3 hours early. So if you're travelling within the next week, just give yourself extra time. Make sure you get to the airport earlier than you would normally and just, grab a coffee or
I've seen
whatever.
lots of photos being posted of people coming into Malaga Airport and the horrendous queues at passport control because basically non-EU visitors now have to do this biometric thing where they're going to take the photo, fingerprints and scan of their eyes, whatever it is, blood test, I don't know, Christ, shoe size. And it's not just holding up non-EU passport holders. What's happening is it's backing up all the way down the aisle.
So you even give me a look when you say the word aisle.
So even EU passport holders are being caught in that.
Because someone hasn't had the brain to go, I know, let's make the queues separate.
Yeah, so if you're coming into Malaga Airport and you need to take somebody up the aisle, make sure you choose the
stop
right
it.
one, not the left one.
The Christmas light switch on in Malaga has been set. It is going to take place on Friday, the 28th of November. If you haven't been before, it's well worth going. It's spectacular, isn't it? Across Calle Larios, and it's all above. There's angels and arches with all the
And
music playing.
yeah,
it's lovely.
really good, spectacular.
Yeah, really worth seeing. And there was another piece I just wanted to mention. Do you know or can you guess what is the only Spanish destination in Lonely Planet's Best in Travel 2026?
Barcelona.
It is a city. It is not Barcelona.
Madrid.
No. You're
Seville.
not on 15 to 1. You can just say it normally.
Seville.
No.
Cordoba.
No.
Malaga.
No.
Santander.
No.
San Sebastian.
We've been there. Stan Saf.
I've mentioned all the ones
No,
down
you haven't.
south.
There's loads.
What coastline?
Costa de la Luz, across that way.
Cadiz.
Yes. Isn't that interesting?
I don't get it.
No, I don't.
I mean, it's nice, don't get me wrong.
It
It's
is
beautiful,
nice, but the only Spanish destination, I wouldn't put it above all the others you
is that
mentioned.
Lonely Planet?
Yeah.
Lonely Planet, this is for you. Give your head a wobble.
That is it from us. Bit of a shorter episode than last week to prove we are not always busy.
Well, it still seem to be busy
Okay,
this
still
week.
pretty busy. Just not a Friday night, Saturday day, Sunday, whatever.
I now need to go down and stir my Chinese pork stew.
Ooh. I'll edit the pod. Catch you in half an hour. It is goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from her.